It is good. And that makes the score 21-0. South Fayette is leading. And let's talk about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness Heights Plaza in Toronto Heights is your home in the judgment-free zone. Planet Fitness provides a unique environment where everyone, and we mean everyone, is free to work out in a non-intimidating environment. Open to staff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Friendly staff to help you reach your fitness goals. First-time membership, no problem. They'll be there to help you. Clean club, locker rooms and showers, unlimited fitness and training. And again, 16-year-olds can join. They can have their own memberships. Teens 13 to 15 can also join if they're accompanied by an adult 18 or older. Memberships are available for as low as $10 a month, so stop by Planet Fitness in the Heights Plaza today. Ask for details, and don't forget the swag bag. Fill out a ticket, put your phone number in, and we're going to be picking that next week, Mike.
All right, we just had some technical difficulties there. What you did was you missed the touchdown, but we can.
I didn't miss it.
You did, yeah. You were doing great, and John was complimenting your play-by-play over there while I was trying to fix the problem. So, but we're back on in time for the extra point in the Planet Fitness ad. But a 31-yard touchdown pass from Drew Saxton to Mike Trimber, completing a 5-play drive after Highlands went 3 and out. That's all you missed, but it's 21-0, and we're getting a return.
Yeah, Coe got tired out.
He did. This is Logan Kreis up to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Rams will get going.
Keyword, get going, Mike. We haven't done anything so far tonight.
So, again, we apologize for our issues there, but everything seems to be up and at 'em now. So we had that issue at the home game a few weeks ago, so we'll have to get that looked at. First down, Highlands at the 28. Trailing it 21-0, and this South Fayette team just looks like a well-oiled offensive machine right now.
Like they went deep while we were gone to Johnny Kreis, and unfortunately couldn't pull it in. But this play was successful for 18 yards while you were gone.
Right, and Booker.
Booker got another 4 yards. Now he had 3 attempts for 26 yards.
2nd and 6.
And like I said, we've gone over the top a couple times. The third down attempt to Romello Freeman.
He was out there.
Yeah, he got thrown in a double coverage zone. It was a tough catch because it comes over his shoulders. We're going to have to stick with trying to go outside of Johnny Kreis. He's out there on the island with Raekwon Glover, try to take advantage of that height advantage.
Inside give to Booker again. Booker does a nice job to get it up over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Be about a yard short of the first down. The Rams made 1 first down on the last drive, the Booker 17-yard run that you mentioned, Dean, in the first play. And then 3 downs after that was it. But they're breathing on it here on 3rd and 1. And what they need to do is just make a first down and then make another first down.
And again, Mike, just you can see how this team has won 54 in a row during the regular season.
And they've done this in half of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage.
And Cohen turns to give us to Cameron Taylor with his head down. He gets the first down as he gets to the 40-yard line. Down there was the ever-present Johnny Beck. He's all over the place. He plays safety on defense, but Taylor leans it ahead, and the Rams have their 2nd first down of the game.
They're going to have to go to work quick here, Mike, trailing 21-0. They want to keep those playoff hopes alive. Mentioned while you were gone that we need some help from Indiana tonight with Mars, but if we don't take care of our own business here, it doesn't make a difference there.
Short drop by Cohen. Fires. It's almost intercepted. It went through Johnny Kreis's hands and then right through the hands of the defender, Ryan Kokoski, who nearly caught it.
He was the one nearest to it, that's for sure. 0 for 5 start for Seth Cohen. That is not good news.
No, that's not what they needed. Now they look at the tight coverage they have up at the top. Cohen back. Looking. Pressure on. Cohen fires it deep and it's incomplete. Boy, this one thing that we've talked about this, how with a great job Highlands has done protecting Seth and not getting a whole lot of rush on him, and we're seeing that today. They are getting guys through.
Yeah, make that big number 55, Ray Aldridge, 6'4", 250 lineman. He's going to Richmond, and he's been putting the pressure on. There's no doubt about it.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
And Cohen straight back. He looks. He's going to throw it deep, and it's incomplete. By the time Freeman got out of the hand fighting, the ball had already been thrown, and he had been held up a little bit. And anything that they can do to throw the timing off, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, Seth likes to throw the spots, Mike, and that time Johnny couldn't get to that spot. The South Fayette team, they returned 5 on the offense, 3 on the defense from their outstanding team last year, and they just reload here. The Lions.
Here's the punt by Logan Christ. It's going to take a bounce, a Highlands bounce.
A lot of people around it.
And Noah Gillette is the man that's going to down it at the 24-yard line. So the first punt was 38 yards. This one, they're going to put it at the 20, let's see, the 23, so 38 also. How about that?
Drew Saxon, Mike, 3-year start, has completed 64% of his passes. But again, his number one receiver is Noah Plack, and he comes in averaging 19.4. And Joe Ross, he's seen some good quarterbacks. He says he's the best one he's had come through the program.
That includes many Brumbaws.
Many.
Leading receiver in Whippeal history, Brumbaws. And this is Johnny Obenauer, another senior, 31, the backup running back. Johnny Beck must need a rest. And he gets about 5 out to the 29.
Gillette and Sportelli on the stop. And again, third week in a row, Tyler Sportelli comes in wearing number 58.
How about your backup running back, Johnny Obenauer, averaging 11.3 yards a touch and 6 touchdowns.
He'll be looking for a job next year, I believe.
Saxton back, and he fires, and it is
bullet.
complete up over the 40, the 45. This is Plack,
Wow,
and he's a tough customer. We remember him from a year ago. Noah Plack out to the 50-yard line, and that's another South Fayette first down.
And, Mike, he was covered by Sportelli and Cochran. Cochran's got a tough assignment tonight, keeping track of him. Can't let him release that time he did. But, again, boy, did Saxon put it into a tight spot there. He was surrounded by 3 Gold Rams.
6 for 8, 95 yards.
At midfield again.
3:30 left first quarter. They already lead at 21-0.
They are the number 1 team in 4A now after TJ got beat by Bell Vernon. Showing why here tonight.
Whistles, and I believe we're going to have delay a game. Wow, against the no-huddle team. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, don't see that too often. Mike, top 5 again, South Fayette number 1. Bell Vernon's moved in the second spot past Thomas Jefferson, who they beat last week. Then we have 2 Northern 9 teams rounding out the top 5. Number 4, Montour. Number 5, Newcastle.
By the way, anybody that watched the Raiders-Chiefs game last night, Marshawn Lynch has been suspended 1 game. I think he might have got off light. Saxton back, and he's going to throw it deep. Plack is down there, but he overthrows him. Romello Freeman was stride for stride with him down at the 20-yard line, and the pass is incomplete.
Boy, Saxon, he was smart enough. Like, he knew that guy was covered. He just threw it too tall. Nobody can get at it. He is a shifty quarterback, and Birdie said that we passed, but they passed better, and they predicted them to win 42-21. They lead here 21-0. Post-Gazette also picks South Fayette this evening.
Zobenauer again on a draw play, and a good one. 50, 45, 40. First down to the Highlands 38-yard line. Gabe Booker drags them down from behind. 12 more.
Mike, when your secondary is making tackles, that is never a good thing, and that's what we've had tonight so far. We said the key in the pregame was to stop the run game. Well, we also have to generate a little offense. And again, I always say the best defense is a good offense, and we haven't done anything yet this evening.
Saxton is back, has time, out of the backfield. This is complete to Raekwon Glover. Glover to the 30, slips under a man and gets to the 25-yard line.
And Johnny Christ is 6'6". You can slip under him. He did that time. Booker and Sportelli made the tackle.
14 more yards.
Yep, first down.
Now at the Highlands 25. 10 first downs for South Fayette in the first half. First quarter, 2:57 to go.
It's been a long first quarter, Mike.
Now Saxon looks over to get instructions.
And for South Fayette, Johnny Beck comes on the field late.
Play clock just under 10. But look, he wasn't ready for the snap, I don't think. This is Beck, and he gets it down to the 20-yard line. Gillette was the man that got him off his feet. Also, Ethan Jones was down there.
Ethan's done a nice job, Mike, last couple of weeks.
Came in last week. Yep.
At one of the tackle positions. And unfortunately, it's going to make it 2nd and 5 at the 20.
They have nearly 200 yards of offense in the first quarter.
That's right, kids. He said first quarter.
2nd down. Saxton is back. He looks. Time. Fires to the post, and it's incomplete. A flag out by Plack over there. Booker was in trail, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Looks like they wanted to, Mike. They could have got Gabe for hand-to-hand combat there, but they decided not to throw the flag, so it's going to be 3rd and about 5.
They've run for 84, and Saxton's thrown for 109. So it's 193 already.
Going to get your math skills put to the test tonight, Mike.
3rd and 5. And they are 1. This is the 2nd time they've got the 3rd down. They're 1 for 1. Saxton is back. Looking. Boy, he guns it on a dime for a touchdown. My goodness, what a throw that was. Fired it in there to Trimber. Touchdown Lions.
Trimber gets his 2nd, Mike, and boy, he said that was on a rope. Wow, that's arm strength, huh?
And Trimber is on the board. His 3rd catch. And 20 yards on that. And South Fayette leads it 27-0, and it's taken them 10 minutes to do that. And this Highlands team isn't bad.
No. In fact, as you said in the pregame, they thought they would be facing the best passing attack they've seen all year, but unfortunately, Seth Cohen's 0 for 7.
Well, the Rams blocked it. They got in there, and I think it might have been Isaiah Coleman. Gillette was in there, too.
Little Isaiah, how about
whoever got through, but the Rams do block the kick. And at 2 minutes left of the first quarter, Trimber catches his 2nd one, a 20-yarder from Saxton. And it's 27-0.
Well, Mike, many companies give you car insurance quotes. Only Nationwide can back it up with dedicated licensed professionals and superior claim service. Mel and John Boucher Agency want to help you release some of the stress involved with insuring those new teen drivers. Ask about Nationwide Insurance Young Driver discounts. They'll give them to you. When you compare, no one beats Nationwide's rates for young drivers. I'll be up there Monday paying my insurance. Call your hometown Nationwide agent, John and Mel, at 724-224-4300, and let them help you choose the coverage that's right for you and your family. Evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, the AK Valley, the Bouchers, and Nationwide are on your side.
In last year's game at Highlands, won 48-14 by South Fayette. Saxton was 11 for 19, 403 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And by the way, his 4th touchdown pass was thrown with 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
And he looks sharper tonight.
He does. Well, he's a senior now. Here's the kick, and Christ will take it, and it's another touchback. The Rams will start at the 20 again. 2 minutes left first quarter, 27-0 South Fayette.
3 out of 4 ain't bad, huh? Put them in the end zone so far. Mike, have not had a chance to introduce the offensive line for the Golden Rams. That is number 54, Mario Cienko at left tackle. 58, Tyler Spertelli as the left guard. Center is 53, Lucas Lamer. Right guard 75, Daniel Timmons. And the right tackle is number 56, Marcus Cienko.
1st and 10, Highlands at the 20.
Trips right. They're trying to get Romello up on the island there. They have him one-on-one up there, Mike. They took advantage of Blackhawk last week. Let's see if they can do it tonight. He's looking that way. There
Cohen is back, and he's going to throw it deep, and Freeman's down there, and he caught it. He did. He caught it out of bounds across the 50-yard line. First completion.
And when in doubt, go to the big guy. Romello Freeman, they got him singled up on that island, and you think that I watched the Blackhawk tape last week, Mike.
31 yards. Romello averaging 29.4. Oh, they're only going to give him the 49? Okay, 29 yards then. Okay.
Almost into South Fayette territory.
First and 10, and Cohen is back.
Want to go the other way.
And there's nobody home.
Zigs and zags.
Cohen and Romello were on different pages together.
And Cohen got whacked that time by Zach Szabo, the linebacker. Might have threw the Tommy off a little bit, too.
I like to play press coverage, too. Trimber, number 4, has got the 2 touchdowns tonight. He's playing corner, and he gets up on those receivers, and he'll hit you, which is, legal early on in the route.
Here's the alignment I like right here, Michael. You had trips right, and you got Romello up on the island.
Second and 10.
This time, Quinn is not up there with them. They backed off.
Short drop. Cohen throws it. Tipped and almost a pair of 11s. Kreis had a piece of it, and then Glover, 11 for South Fayette, thought he was going to get an interception.
That time, Mike, they put Mike Trimber up on Romello, switched off with Glover.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Cohen now 1 for 10. 1:46 left of the first quarter. See Joe Rossi prowling the sidelines down there.
Trimmer 5'10", 160. Glover 5'9", 165.
Cohen going to go deep, 4 against 4 again, and Trimber, and we get the flag. Romello almost caught the flag. Trimber, he plays physical with the corner, and he was physical on Romello that time, but a little bit too much for the official.
And that's going to be 15 yards from the spot of the line of scrimmage. That should give Highlands the first down.
Okay, there we go. So that'll take it into South Fayette territory and be Highlands' 4th first down.
I wonder why, Mike, the colleges and pros is a spot foul where it takes place. When is the high school going to catch up with it? I think
it should go the other way. I think the pros should go to 15.
Mike, I grab you every time you pass me by.
Yeah, but I
think that's why they do it in high school, because the kids need to start as athletic.
Yeah, sometimes having the different ones is right. And in this case, I get that. Now they're going to run a jet sweep, and Signorella's going to throw it. At least he's going to try. He's going to be sacked all the way back at the 46-yard line. And there was that man again, Johnny Beck. Signorella was going to throw that. They had down the sideline, Johnny Kreis, I think, was the intended receiver down the near side of the field. But Signorella's hit for a big loss of 11 back to the 47.
Remember, coming into the season, Ryan Signorella was looked at as a quarterback candidate, so it was a good idea. The problem was, unfortunately, too much pressure, couldn't set himself up, get his feet underneath him. Now it's going to set up, like you said, a long second down.
No one other than Seth Cohen's thrown a pass this year, which is very, very unusual. He's back. He looks. Here they come. He gets out of there. He fires it down the sideline. Kreis is down there, and it's incomplete. He might have stepped out of bounds about 3 times on his way down there to try to get that.
And, Mike, when we do the equipment, we always get towels back from the laundry, and Heidi Visnick always helps me every Thursday put the uniforms on, and she goes, "Who do I give the quarterback towel to?" I said, "Seth Cohen." She goes, "Who do I give the other one to?" I said,
Seth Cohen.
Yeah, he gets them all. Till somebody else throws them, he gets them.
1:28 left of the first quarter. It's 27-0 South Fayette. Rams have a 3rd down and 21. And Cohen is just hit hard as he throws it incomplete.
And that time, Logan Kreis was run out of bounds.
And this is the most pressure we've seen get on this quarterback all season long. As a matter of fact, in this first quarter, cumulatively, maybe the more times he's been hit than he was hit the previous 7 games.
Don't disagree with it all, Mike, and that makes him 1 for 13. And when you got that head on a swivel, we had a penalty marker on the play.
I think he might have got roughing the passer. 15-yard personal foul call. He got hit hard that time. There's no doubt about it. And they're going to take their shots. Nope, it's not enough. Since it was 4th and 21, it's now going to be 4th and 6.
One of the times is automatic first down?
No, it isn't. Tom explained that to us, that in high school, automatic first downs are not.
Well, they just made a first down, Mike.
No, they did. Okay.
I think there is.
They changed it on a personal foul. Yeah. Okay. Pass interference is not.
No.
Defensive holding is not. Well, Highlands is going to take a timeout. It gives us a chance to fix a mess up.
Yes.
We have 2. We have a scoring mess up that we're going to want to talk. It's not a mess up, but it's just something different. But last week, somehow we got off onto a tangent, and Change of Habit was brought up, the Elvis movie. I said Marianne Mobley. Wrong. Elvis did make 2 movies with Marianne Mobley, Girl Happy and Harem Scarum. Change of habit was with Mary Tyler Moore. Now, here's the interesting part. Ed Asner was in it.
How about that?
Ed Asner, Barbara McNair, Jane Elliott, who went on to be Tracy Quartermain on General Hospital, and Regis Toomey, a great character actor from the day. Now, here's the deal. That was Elvis's last movie. He finally had enough. It was his 38th movie. When he, in the middle of the movie, he walked over to the colonel off the set and said, "I'm done. I'm not doing this crap anymore." And that was the last one, 1969.
So he called his own movies crap.
He did. He hated them. He collected the money that it gave them.
That he did.
And there was a lot of money that Elvis got from those movies. So we're going to talk about the scoring issue. The hook and ladder play that we had against Mars earlier in the year, that we had scored improperly, that we didn't know, and we found some interesting information. And you can tell the folks about that here in a couple minutes. Thanks to Coach Girardi, by the way.
Different formation here, by the way.
1st and 10. Cohen back. Going to throw it down the field.
There.
Freeman's down there, and it's incomplete. It went right through his hands.
Yep.
Noah Plack was back there helping Trimber that time.
That's a tough over-the-shoulder catch, Mike, and it's difficult to find the ball first, let alone secure it. Looks like we have another penalty marker down here, too. Let's check on that.
No, I don't think so.
They were discussing something there. Okay.
2nd and 10 at the 32. I've used a page and a half, of which I use a page for a quarter. That's how many plays have been run.
And there's still 1:17 left here.
There's still 1:17 left in the first quarter.
We knew there would be a lot of balls in the air tonight, Mike.
Going back again. Near side of the field, and Christ gets knocked down, and there's the flag.
Has to be, yep. And there's your example I was talking about earlier. That kid knew he was beaten. He said, "Hey, he's not scoring a touchdown. I'll give him 15."
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you do that in college and pros, Mike. And
well, the only thing that's gone wrong for Joe Rossi tonight, they have 4 penalties for 50 yards.
Can you imagine a guy like Burford downfield with a chance to take somebody's head off? He'd take advantage of it. That time it was number 11, Queen Glover, who was beat. And you're right, Mike, on that hook and lateral play, we had scored originally the pass completion
to Freeman
for 7 yards and then 73-yard rushing touchdown. It's actually a catch for a touchdown. So last week at the end of our broadcast, we said that Seth Cohen needed 16 yards to break Matt Bonaslawski's record.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did it during the week. We'll talk about the numbers here in a second.
Cohen back, hit as he throws. Freeman incomplete at the 15, and Seth gets up slowly.
And Romello was double covered that time.
There have already been 25 passes in this game.
Wow. Matt Bonaslawski had the previous record, 1,578 yards. Coming into tonight, Seth Cohen, 1,634 yards, has broken the record. Also touchdowns, he has 20 touchdowns. So again, we corrected it, we fixed it up, we sent it on to all the proper authorities who also, George did some research for us during the week. We appreciate that. And
we both found.
He agreed on the scoring.
And the Elias Sports Bureau setting us straight. Cohen throws incomplete. Boy, he's not getting some help tonight either. That was right through Johnny's hands.
And I think what's happening with the receivers, Mike, too, they have their head on a swivel.
Hearing some footsteps back there because these guys will hit you.
And also, they're good at coverage. I mean,
well, and here's the thing about these guys. You know, a lot of times you find these high-scoring outfits, and their defense isn't any good, and they always use these. Well, we score too fast, and all that. This defense can play with anybody, and that's what sets them apart.
We're talking about Madden football on the way down. It always seems like the team with the ball last gets a chance to score. This South Fayette team, you better score and you get your opportunities, and we're down to one here, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 at the 17. When if you're going to pass on every down, and here's Cohen throwing. It's pulled in inside the 5-yard line by Johnny Christ, and he's got a 1st and goal at the 6.
That was a tough catch that time, and Johnny came up with it. That's inside yardage.
11 yards.
40 yards now passing for Cohen. And more importantly, 1st and goal for Highlands.
The clock winds to less than a minute. Hey, completed a pass in the field. The clock continues to run. I wasn't sure that's how that worked. Because the clock's been stopped the whole quarter.
Down to 8 seconds, Mike, and they look confused.
Yeah, they got to hurry. 5-4. They get it off. And Booker gets the carry, and they're waiting for him as he gets maybe a loss of a yard as big 56 Ben Coyne, the junior defensive end, brings him down.
Hines going to let the clock run out here to end the first quarter, Mike, and get ready when we come down the other side for a 2nd and goal play. It looks like that's what they're going to do here.
The first quarter will come to an end here at South Fayette.
Well, I got the referee stopping the clock here for some reason, Mike.
Okay, what's that all about?
You tell me. That's why.
They want to reset the game clock to 25 seconds. Is there a reason for that?
That's
the play was running, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was to make sure Highlands get this last play off. So they will get a playoff before the quarter ends.
What, they want to use the wind? There's no.
Well, I think the referees are making the correction. Yep, and now Highlands will.
Well, yeah, but okay, the clock was running. I don't know why.
Well, remember, the time is kept on the field, the official time, and I guess they saw the discrepancy and decided to correct it. Now, it's going to be close, Mike.
They don't have to run it.
Yeah, I guess
and they're not going to.
25 and 25. Well, there is 18 seconds of your life you're not getting back, Mike Pavlik.
I think maybe more than that. That's the end of the first quarter here in South Fayette. By the way, what a beautiful facility.
Nice.
It's 27-0 Lions. We're going to keep it here because I'm afraid to pause the machine.
Well, Mike,
I'll be honest.
I can tell you one thing. We got to talk about Fireside Chat. You missed another one last night here. The Gillette sponsored again. And one of the questions that came up with it, why am I the dean and why are you Milo?
Well, yeah, that's been a while. Well, when we first started working at Comcast, there were lots of Mikes. There was you, myself, Mike Markowinski. There were three of us. And there may have been more. Well, anyway, we had to figure out a way to keep us all separate to know who was who. Well, I was always Milo from a high school nickname, and it was after Milo Hamilton, so it was not.
Tell me who Milo Hamilton is.
Milo Hamilton announced for the Pirates after Bob Prince, and I kind of got that way back.
Because you would play and announce at the same time, correct?
Yeah, from Joe Borio, one of my teachers. George, remember Mr. Borio? Yeah. So he put that on me early on, and then you were the dean of students at Newport, so you became the dean. Mike Markowinski fell down the hill. He became Biff. And that's really how it all has. So everybody got a nickname, and then we all knew who was who.
So that's it, kids. I'm the dean. He's Milo, but we're Mike and Mike to most people.
So we always tell people when we're coming someplace we've never been like here, so we're just Mike and Mike and you'll know. So they did.
All right, we're going to go to work here, Mike. 2nd and 8. Milo, excuse me.
Exactly. 2nd and goal. Cohen, short drop. He missed Logan on the far side of the field at the 5-yard line. He was open, and he overshot him.
And, Mike, to our left, we see our coaches here this evening. We got Tom Clark, TC. His head just dropped on that one. He knew we had a guy out there.
Got the head shaking.
Yep.
There was Jason Booker in there, Garrett Sakanik.
Yes, our offensive guys. And now we face a 3rd and 8.
Cohen takes it. Fires it. Caught by Freeman. Freeman dives to the end zone and gets in for the Highlands touchdown. Cohen to Freeman, and the Rams are on the board.
Yeah, coverage by Timber that time, Mike, but Romello stepped out of it, runs it in for the score, and that is his 9th touchdown of the year. And the Golden Rams are on the board.
They are. Their first one of the night.
Maybe the second quarter was better than the first, Mike. J.C. Bowser going to get on to attempt the extra point.
Seth Cohen with his 21st touchdown pass of the year, extending that number. And the kick is
she just got
good.
Over
just
there.
Scraped it over. Oh, they call those homers wall scrapers. That was a post scraper. And J.C. Bowser now 23 for 24 on the season, and the Rams are on the board. It's 27-7.
Yeah, Mike, had to start someplace. You got to take them one at a time. Highlands converted that one for their first score, and a nice march helped by a couple of penalties.
Long drive, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plays, which don't count the 2 first downs they got by penalty. So that takes care of that. The Rams are definitely on the board here, trailing at 27-7. Just underway second quarter, and George had another pen issue. Unbelievable. This is 2 weeks in a row George had a pen explode.
Last week I thought he was bleeding to death.
Yeah.
He had red all over him.
Thought we might have needed a triage unit. And, they probably do have a hospital in this place. It's so nice. You could probably find something.
And one of the tricks of the trade in the business, you use different color pens for different quarters so you know what took place when.
George taught me that, and I do it for basketball too. So
George wasn't putting her at a red pen quite yet. He still needed to finish the quarter. Then it went into the wastebasket.
Exactly.
Sam Peck to kick it off for us, Mike. Let's see where Sammy puts it.
And boots it to the far side of the field, and this will be Trimber at the 19, 30, and Trimber out to the 37-yard line. And now we have some late action going on between Luke Cochran and Zach Saba. Pushing, shoving, and infighting, and boys will be boys, and the refs just tell them to go to their sidelines, which is what they should do.
Signorella made the tackle, and there's a penalty marker down now.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
Let's see if that's what it is. It might be. I don't know if that's it. We'll see.
It was interesting, Mike.
Oh, they're getting Luke. I thought they should. Both guys were doing it. I don't know why they would get one and not the other. That's.
Well, if you remember last week's game, Sam Pooch went down there, and Ryan Signorella ran down and grabbed it, and you correctly pointed out it was a free kick. Then last week in the Steeler game, the same thing happened.
And Jim Nance made sure to tell you that there was no turnover.
And then Milo made sure to tell me that
Jim Nance told you. Yeah.
Isn't that nice of him, George?
Yeah, it was.
Catching me up.
So South Fayette, by the way, I know why they called that just one way. Because South Fayette had 4 penalties for 50 yards and Highlands had no penalties. That's why. So they get it at the Highlands 49, 1st and 10, and they give it to 24. That's Andrew Franklin, a sophomore. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Jeremiah Nelson, the freshman, also out there. Mike, he had a nice game last week, and then put him back out there here tonight. First action, makes the tackle.
2nd and 10 for the Lions at the Highlands 49. Now they reset Franklin next to Saxton. Plaque in motion.
He's a big kid.
He is. And Saxton has all day.
He's looking for it.
And he fires it, and it's cut. This is Trimber on the near side of the field. Spins away from one man. 20, 15, and Trimber all the way to the 11-yard line. But with all that hair coming out of there, it looks like Cole Beasley.
You could just see it coming, though. He was going to break that tackle, and he just spun with it till he could shake it. Cameron Taylor all the way downfield, Mike, from his linebacker position on the other side to make the tackle, but they're back in business.
They put it at the 12. That's 37 yards.
They want to go quick again. Now we have penalty marker, Mike. It looks like they might have too many guys on the field.
Oh. There you go, Dean.
They're pretty good at 11. They certainly don't need 12. Huh?
No, they don't need that many. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line. Just under 11 minutes left in the first half. Rams will be at home next week, senior night against the Indiana Indians. Final game of the year.
11 seniors, Mike, will be saying goodbye to.
And the give is to Beck off the left side, and Beck keeps those legs churning, gets the penalty yardage back, plus a little bit more as he gets down to the 11. And here's where you talk about that running game they have.
Yep, it could be devastating.
If they want to wind some clock and take some time, and they do more than that because they're effective at it.
Gabe Booker makes the tackle, Mike. He's been on both offense and defense. They try to usually spell him out a little bit on defense, but they haven't had a chance to tonight. Coe's down there loosening that leg up, Mike. That's not a good sign.
2nd and 9. Saxton throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
And that's the reason why, Mike.
And that is pulled in by Nolan Lutz, a sophomore, number 17.
Just a real quick post. And that was it.
11 yards and a Lions touchdown.
I guess Coe knew something we didn't know, Mike.
So at the 10:05 mark, and that's Saxton's 4th, equaling what he had in the game at Highlands last year. Coe for the extra point. He missed the last one, but this one goes through.
And people wonder if they would come motivated for tonight's game, Mike. They have the conference locked up and everything's going their way. I think two things are motivating them here. Number one, keep that streak going. Number two, I think Mr. Saxton might have heard about Mr. Cohen and said, let me show you what I can do.
I think you may be right. Well, high school seniors, you can learn the skills you need to start a career in the high-demand field of healthcare in less than a year. Pittsburgh is in need of skilled healthcare workers, and Career Training Academy offers half-day and evening classes to suit your needs. Serving the AK Valley for over 35 years, Career Training Academy offers programs in medical or dental assisting, medical billing and coding, and our new phlebotomy technician program. Maybe take care of George over there right now. Visit us on the web at careerta.edu or stop into our new location at the Hillcrest Plaza in Lower Borough. Enrolling now for all programs and fall of 2018. Call Career Training Academy today, 724-337-1000.
Is that a red pen again, George?
It is.
Your wife got to love you. George.
Hairspray takes ink out of...
There you go.
He said his wife learned that in nursing school, that hairspray takes ink out.
A lot of white uniforms.
I'm single. That's how I learned it. There's a lot of things I got to do for myself, and that's how that worked. Here's the kickoff by Co. Oh, and nice block off by the official on Logan.
Well, I think he was spotting at the goal line, but went over his head.
Well, sure.
Out. Yep.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what Logan does back there if he gets it anyway, because the play will be dead.
For years, I feigned imbecility about the simple art of washing, and then my wife, Kathy, finally gave it up and said, listen, there's soap, there's water. Try to hit the hole in the middle and wash your own clothes. I've learned.
There you go.
I also had an ink pen explode on me in the dryer, so she learned too. Maybe don't let me at it anymore.
First down, Highlands at the 20. And Taylor, the ball carrier, up to the 24. I really think Highlands need to run the ball at least a little bit here, and to try to keep the rush off of Cohen, if nothing else, because if they could pin their ears back and calm, they're making some headway.
Seth moved up to 11th in pound passing, Mike, and again, you're right. He needs a little bit of time. That's what he's had all year. He's not getting in here this evening.
2nd and 6. Taylor the setback. Christ brothers to the left. Signorella and Freeman to the right.
Doing something at the line of scrimmage, changing things.
And to give us to Taylor again. Taylor breaks one tackle, but they get him off his feet as he gets up to the 26-yard line. And that's senior defensive tackle Jake Walker with a stop.
We're talking about audibling and what Seth can and cannot do. One thing he has the option of doing is taking that tailback and putting him on whatever side he thinks the heat's coming from, and that's what you see Taylor doing here.
Yeah, I asked him, can you audible out of a bad play into a good one? And he said, no, not a lot. And he throws it. Great Logan catch. Christ with a nice fingertip catch. He'll get the first down. They'll put him up at the 32-yard line.
That is the 20th pass already. We come in averaging 25 a game, Mike, and we're only at 8:50 in the second quarter, and we're already at 20. How many on that one?
6. 34, 32 they give him. 1st and 10 Highlands. Clock winds under 9 minutes left first half. 34-7, the homestanding Lions lead it. Color rush uniforms for them tonight, all green, huh? Cohen is back.
Uh-oh.
Cohen, here they come. Cohen is hit, and down he goes. He's down. The ball is down. Good call by the referee. He was chased down there by Ben Coyne, the big defensive end, and he's broken through a couple times tonight. That's a big one. 12 yards.
And, Mike, we praised the protection he's had. Unfortunately, not here this evening, and you haven't seen really Seth get on too many times from a straight
not
sack
at all.
That time.
No.
Coyne had a dead beat on him. We could see it, but guess what? Seth couldn't because he had his back to him.
Going back. Looking. Fires. Far side. This is caught by Freeman. That's the back stick as he gets it up to
leaned up, Mike.
The 31-yard line.
Lean up there.
I'll put him at the 31. It'll be 3rd and 11.
And the good news, he made the first stick. We've only got one more to go. Third and 11, and again, 7:20 to go here in the second quarter. Highlands trailing 34-7. Trying to put some more points on the board before the half.
Going back on play action, he throws it, and it's incomplete as Signorella was being ridden to the sideline by Plack. And the pass short, incomplete, fourth down.
We haven't had a chance to get Sig loose yet tonight, Mike.
No, the only catches, we got Freeman with 3, Logan with 1, and Johnny with 1. Is that what you have? That's the 5 completions out of 20 tried.
I'm up to 22.
Whoa, I might have missed a couple when I was playing technician.
We'll get you up to date at halftime.
Here's the snap to Logan Kreis, and he boots it.
Fair catch signal for and
it's taken back at the 34-yard line. Good job that time by Beck to go back there and get it. Well, he does it all, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Donnie
sure
Beck?
does. Yep.
7:04 left of the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions. I haven't got my trivia in. This 1981 South Fayette grad broke all of his brother's receiving records here at the school. He wanted to play tight end at Iowa, where he was named first-team All-American his senior year of 1984.
84 Iowa. How long has South Fayette been around, by the way?
A while, I guess. The 30s, George says?
Wow.
He was a second-round pick, 41st overall of the Kansas City Chiefs in 1985. That's the next clue. 1st and 10, South Fayette. Saxton throws it to the near side of the field. This is caught, but good job, 11 on 11, as Kreis brings down Raquan Glover at the 38-yard line. That's only a 4-yard tight end.
Tight end. I remember a couple tight ends. They had one big guy. I can see him.
It's not Tony Gonzalez, George. You are correct.
I swear I can see this guy.
2nd down.
Dark hair, big sideburns. Am I right?
2nd down and...
They won't tell me.
7. The give. This is Obenauer. Obenauer breaks through, gets a first down across the 45. And to the 47-yard line. He gets 9 and a first down for South Fayette.
Johnny Kreis made the tackle, but not until he got the first down. The name Max comes to mind.
No.
Max.
Let's have some more hintage. Kansas City, 1985 through 93. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 1994 through 96.
Oh.
Played in 3 AFC title games and Super Bowl 30.
Now we're getting someplace.
1st and 10 at the 47.
So he played tight end for the Steelers?
Saxton still steps up beautifully in the pocket and fires it down the middle, incomplete. Booker had good coverage that time on Raquan Glover.
Steeler tight end, what were the years?
93 through 96. Yeah.
93 through 90.
94 through 96, I'm sorry. He was assistant coach at Oklahoma from 1999 through 2002 and has been the Bengals tight end coach since 2003 and remains there. If he walked through here tonight, it wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah,
because he'll be in town this weekend.
Cincinnati's in town.
He broke his brother's records. His brother was a coach with the Bengals also, but he went with his old college roommate, Dirk Cutter, to be a coach at Tampa Bay with him. This is Obenauer. And the Rams are waiting for him as they get him back at the 47-yard line.
Timmons.
Kolmazaric was in there also. Timmons rolling around. I hope he's all right. He is. No gain.
I may be in initials, Mike.
J.H.
J.H. John Hancock.
Well, John is right.
John, okay.
Try Jonathan and go with that.
Hilton?
Jonathan, does that help you?
Jonathan.
3rd down. We'll call it 9.
People were throwing bricks at the TV. How dumb can you be?
5:14 to go. And back is Saxton. Oh, he's going to dump it off to Glover. He's going to get a first down and more. 40. Tries to spin away for Johnny Kreis. And a belly-to-back suplex, and down he goes.
John loves that one. The old wrestler over there. The wrestling crowd. How about that? There's a flag, by the way.
Of course. You're not allowed to throw them down. Didn't we discuss this last week?
Well, the flag is back at the 45.
Oh, maybe we have
way
holding.
Back when, yep. Do you see one down by the play?
I don't.
Very interesting.
Legal shift. So they're going to have to run that play again.
Johnny's a tough customer.
He is.
Jonathan Vilma. No,
Jonathan Hayes.
Hayes. Oh, yeah, I can see him now. He was.
Yeah, with long sideburns.
He had sideburns.
He did. He probably did back in those days.
Well, that was my point. Everybody had Simon.
He had dark hair.
Yeah, he did have dark hair.
Third, and his brother Jay Hayes, also from here. Saxon's in trouble. Saxton steps up, throws it, and Lucas Lamer had all the pressure that time. Hits Saxton from behind and is going to force a punt.
Good news for forcing a punt. The bad news, co-punts them too.
4:46 left of the first half, and the Rams trailing at 34-7.
Let me give Logan a little hint. Back up.
Back up just a little?
Yeah, that's 25.
We got a big leg on Mr. Coe.
We've seen him on the kickoffs. We have double back. We have
6'2", 205. He has good size.
Booker's back there with him.
Here's the snap, and he boots it. High. Short.
Hey, how about that?
And coming up to take the fair catch is Booker at the 32-yard line. So that's where the Rams will start with 4:39. They have all 3 timeouts left, and they trail by 27.
Done a great job in his trivia by the schools, Mike. I started like a ball of fire, and I petered out. It's like 3 and 4.
We have one more next week, which will be it's another really good one, and Indiana. It's a really good one, and we've gotten somebody that went to every school except for Albert Gallatin. I couldn't come up with anything, so I went with Bob Huggins, who's student taught there. So good enough.
All right, Rams go to work here, trailing 34-7.
Interesting what we see next week. John Allen Snyder, the coach at Indiana, has been suspended. And has not.
Yeah, you haven't got much on
Taylor,
that.
I haven't been able to get much, except for a report by the great Jack Benedict up there. And so I don't know if he's going to be back or not by then. He was suspended at the end of September. He put the word out that he was suspended. Jordan Cassis, another assistant, was also not with the program, quote unquote. And it's been silenced because they don't have to talk about personnel matters from a school, so we'll see.
That's what you always hear. It's personal.
And they've been having a really tough time up there this year, really struggling in there. And we need all kind of help from them tonight. It's probably not going to happen. Mars is at Indiana tonight, their last home game. Cohen on second and long, and here they come.
Here comes
Czar's Army, and he throws it into the ground smartly. Noah Plack was right there, and intended receiver was Taylor, but Cohen did the right thing and just got that out of harm's way.
Usually, Mike, you can go one way or the other, and that time they had both lanes blocked up. And a tough thing next year for Seth, Mike, he's going to lose 3/4 of his wide receiver crew, too.
Right, you'll have Gabe back. If that would the question of whether Gabe's going to be running back or wide receiver, he could do either, which is good. It's a good thing for the coaching staff to have that, and then we'll go from there, I guess.
Sig, Logan Christ,
and you'll have Johnny Christ back.
Graduating, right?
You have some young players that you're familiar with that could help out. Cohen to the near side of the field, and
out of room.
That's a great catch by Signorella, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, wow.
We adjusted beautifully to that. Was able to pull it in, but pass carried him out of bounds, and the Rams are going to have to punt again.
Those are tough ones, Mike, when they come over your shoulder. Boy, Ryan got his body flipped in a hurry. Just didn't have enough real estate there. Yeah, I think Antoine McDaniels will be one of our young guys helping out next year, and Caleb Radishek, we get him healthy, and I think Luke Cochran might get a shot at some of the wide receiver responsibility next year, too.
Here's the snap, and Christ just gets it out of there.
He does like to take his time, doesn't he?
Good job there taking the fair catch by Johnny Beck, and he takes it at the 39. So that'll be 1st and 10 for South Fayette. 3:38 to go first quarter. South Fayette 34, Highlands 7. Again, Highlands with a loss tonight will be eliminated from playoff consideration. Everything comes down to a 2-point conversion against Newcastle. That if Highlands would have won that game against Newcastle, all they would have to do would be beat Indiana next week, and they would be in the playoffs. 2 points, 1 play the whole season.
Yeah, that was it, Mike. And we said it that night too, unfortunately.
Penalty here. Personal foul against the Rams.
That's the second one tonight, Mike.
It's been a little chippy down there.
Seems to be. I can hear John Gillette through the glass, Mike, hollering down there. And we are feathers under glass here. I think this is bulletproof, too.
I think.
Other Northern 9 Conference action night, Mike, Ambridge Knock, Montour Blackhawk, and in a non-conference game, interesting one, Newcastle Ringgold.
1st and 10. South Fayette, they get it at the Highlands 46 after the penalty. Glover in motion. And Saxton is back. Gets protection. Now it breaks down, and he throws it down the sideline. He got a man down there, and it's incomplete. Johnny Kreis was with Trimber. Or I'm sorry, that's Kokoski, too.
And number 78 for South Fayette. He got rolled up on that time, Mike, and he's struggling a little bit down there. In fact, I might take him out. Johnny
definitely has the size advantage over Kokoski. 5'10", they have him listed at. Trimber, they have at 5'10" also.
2nd and 10, going to work here.
Saxton looks and guns it. Too tall for his intended receiver. That was Kokoski again, and Kreis threw him to the turf rudely, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, Mike, 3rd down. Let's get the ball back. 3:26 to go. Try to get one in before halftime.
The ball at the 46. That's where they started after the personal foul, after the fair catch. Didn't see that one.
Man in motion.
That's Glover. And Saxton steps up and guns it, and it's caught by Plack. Carries a man with him and gets to the 31-yard line, and that's 1st down, South Fayette. He's something else.
Yeah, he's a great receiver, Mike. Nice-sized kid, too. He's got great hands and
15 yards.
Averaging 19 yards a catch, and Coach Rossi been very impressed with him over the years.
Joe Rossi took over immediately for Jake Kapp at Riverview.
Tough act to follow.
4 years, I believe.
Yep.
And his record overall, 149 and 41. He's 123 and 18 here. And the give is to the running back. That's Beck. And Beck with some good yardage. He gets a 9 all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Brought down by Ethan Jones on the play. See who number 1 is on South Fayette's roster, Mike?
Charlie Rossi. Is that Joe's kid?
I'm guessing.
Freshman? Second and 1. Clock down to 2:22. Wonder if they'll go for 2 if they score to try to push it to mercy. Now they're going to run a bubble screen out to Glover, but the Rams are right there. Romello Freeman does a great job. They do that on 2nd and 1, and they lose 2 yards.
Yeah, Romello had a lot to do with that, Mike.
He did.
And you talk about the moving clock, Mike. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if we're in a JV game tomorrow or not. We only dress 36 kids, and again, it's called Week 8 of a tough Northern 9 schedule.
Yeah.
And
3rd and 3.
Have 48 kids lockered, but only 36 getting pants this week. The other ones get jerseys to stand on the sidelines.
Dropping back is Saxton. His arm was hit as he threw it, and it's incomplete. I think it was Timmons that got in there and got a piece of it.
Danny coming off his best game of the year last week, 10 tackles, 2 sacks up at Blackhawk.
Rams don't do a whole lot of blitzing, so they're really relying on their defensive line to get pressure on the quarterback, and Timmons has done that here, especially the last couple weeks.
4th and 4 looks like they're going to go for it here, Mike.
A clock down to 1:31 of the first half. Highlands trailing it by 27. Again, 35 is needed for mercy, so they'd need 8, and we're going to get a timeout here. Called by South Fayette. It'll be their 2nd one of the first half. Again, we have a home game next week against Indiana, and you were talking about John Gillette earlier, weren't you?
Well, let me tell you about Ron Gillette Incorporated, PA registered contractor, certified in PA state inspections and emissions. Call Gillette's today for your towing, paving, excavating, hauling, demolition, and yes, shall we say snow removal. It's going to get a little chilly next week, but not quite yet. All those needs. Ron Gillette's fully licensed, insured, bonded, certified, and owns all of its state-of-the-art equipment. And the Gillettes are proud to introduce an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Phones answer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you need anything emergency services, as always, a person will answer the phone. Call Gillette today at 724-226-1222. Ron Gillette Incorporated, the AK Valley's leader in towing services since 1955.
All right, the Lions are ready, and they're going to go for it here. And Saxton is back, and he throws just a little out, and it's pulled in for a first down. Raekwon Glover out of bounds inside the 10. He'll have a first and goal for the Lions.
And that was an example, Mike, when they had 5 wides. We had a linebacker, had to keep track of a speedy back, and unfortunately couldn't do it. Fortunately for South Fayette, they get the first down, and they're set up to score again here, Mike.
16 yards. And Saxton goes to 200. First and goal, just inside the 10. They go pistol formation, and they're going to run it to Beck off the left side. And Beck carries a man or two with him and gets it down to the 5. Now, what they want to do is take all the time off the clock.
Freeman down there, along with Danny Timmons.
87 I have for Johnny Beck unofficially. 7 carries.
1 minute to go.
Saxton wants timeout. He didn't like he looked at it, was going to call it. Rossi said, no, run the play.
I wonder if he audibles, Mike.
He may. And Beck carries a man with him and stretches it across for a South Fayette touchdown. Well, they open up a big hole that time, and that's another touchdown for the South Fayette Lions. And Beck runs it in from 5 yards out.
Ethan Jones had him in the grass, Mike, but he just kept those legs churning and rewarded with a touchdown. Now it makes it 40-7, and we haven't reached halftime yet.
No, and if they're calling timeout because they're going to go for 2, I think. They're going to go for 2 to try to get the mercy rule into effect here for the second half. And we've seen Sam Albert doing this in the past, too, on the other way.
What do they get out of that, Mike?
Nobody gets hurt because they rest their people. Why? Look, here's the thing that they have, and I'm gonna just here are their scores this year.
But JV game's going to break out in the second half anyway.
Here are their scores. They're worried about winning a championship. They're not worried about the JV game.
Well,
they're trying to.
They can pull those guys off the field.
They could. 20-0, 30-6, 47-0, 51-6, 52-14, 43-0, 42-33, 62-14. Back to my original point. They play a half every week, and nobody gets hurt. I mean, they probably have all their starters out there because,
But I'm just saying, he doesn't have to play any of those starters in a second.
No, he doesn't. He absolutely doesn't. But
to which I say is this. I don't want to use the word rubbing it in, but I mean,
I'm not going to say it's rubbing it in because we've done it. We've gone for Sam Albert. At least 2 occasions has gone for 2 to push it to mercy. It's the rule has made coaches reliant on it as to when to pull their people. Before the rule, they had to make a decision. Now they don't, and that's really what's happening.
I see 40 kids on the sideline like to play the second half.
Saxton throws a fade. Oh, and it's caught by Plack. Plack took it away from Logan Christ for the 2. So there it is. It's 42-7.
Now I see 35 kids' shoulders get slumped because now they know they won't be playing that much in the second half. All right.
So South Fayette leads at 42-7 at 40 seconds. Now, of course, Highlands can fix that by scoring a touchdown at 40 seconds. So
I know the happiest guy in the house is George Agata because that makes that deadline a little shorter.
Uh-huh.
And Dee and Andy are happy up at the anchor because we'll be there.
We'll be there. Yes, that's true. Might be there. We may actually get there before midnight, but I wouldn't bet on it.
We're going to try.
We're going to try. It shouldn't be that difficult to get out. Penguins are down 2-0 after 1 in Florida.
How about my Yankees?
No score going to the bottom of the first. The Yankees got a leadoff hit by Gardner, but judged it into a double play, and then Gregorius flied out, but I'm really not paying any attention.
They call them lovable Yankees now. They've got a lot of fans.
They've always been. Yeah. They've been lovable to me since Chris Chambliss hit a home run in 1976.
You're the exception to the rule. A lot of people hate the Yankees.
I know that, and I completely understand that. You blame my dad, but you can't because he's not around to blame anymore. So that's it. He did it because he was a Mickey Mantle fan, and he was happy when they were winning again, and he dragged me along for the ride. You know why? Because he says that the Pirates are never good. No, he was right. I had something to root for during the 90s.
Look up the play, damn Yankees.
There's a bouncer and comes to Booker, and Booker's out over the 30, the 35, and has a nice return before he's hit by the kick. And that's what's a good thing about Ryan Coe being so big. He made the tackle on that.
Nice return for Gabe. And with 33 seconds, maybe try to turn that into a touchdown, Mike. And
then you can wipe all that out. Exactly.
How many
By the way,
timeouts we have left.
Highlands has one timeout, or two. I'm sorry, they have two timeouts left. Devil's advocate would say on your point about 42 kids shoulder slump because they're not going to be able to play, because they won't be able to play much in the second half. It's like, it's the nature of the beast, and he's thinking about keeping kids healthy all the way up until Christmas time. So.
Yeah, they do plan on a 16-game season.
And they play them. I mean, they do.
For sure.
It is a factory. Cohen fires. Incomplete. Try to get it to Christ.
They get 2 state championship banners out there, so they've done it twice, Mike.
And they built this beautiful facility. And it is beautiful. It only stands on one side, but don't let that fool you.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Their tax dollars at work, huh?
Betcha. 2nd and 10. 30 seconds to go. Cohen steps back and fires it, and it's incomplete. Into and out of the hands of Johnny Price. And they're going to get Ray Quinn Glover for coming over his back, I think. 26 seconds left.
7 penalties, 75 yards for South Fayette, Mike. That's the only thing that's held them up a little bit tonight. Otherwise, it's been all South Fayette from the opening play of the game. And if you weren't here, it was one of those ones, you saw it the week before, right, with the Tattern play, right?
Right, exactly. Just the great play by Sean Demharter. Just took the ball right out of his hands. And it was very similar. Yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
From the South Fayette 48 after the penalty. Cohen pumps. Going to throw it to the sideline, and it's going to be intercepted by Trimber. 25, 30, 40, 50. Trimber gets a block.
Held, yeah.
And he's going to be run out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Signorella was pleading for a flag.
Rightfully so.
I don't think there was one over there. And with 13 seconds left, South Fayette has it on the Trimber interception.
Cohen and Booker made a tackle. Cohen reminds me of he's thrown a couple interceptions, and normally he makes a tackle on it. We had Bouch. Remember Justin Bouch? He went to Edinburgh.
That's Officer Bouch to you now,
exactly.
By the way.
He went to Edinburgh. I think he threw 12 interceptions in his career, and he had 12 personal fouls. He went over and he whacked a guy with
that sounds like him, all right.
Intercepted from him.
Now, I would suspect that Joe Rossi will take a knee here and just let this go. 42-7, South Fayette leads it at halftime. I believe, yeah, they get the safety back there, and that's going to wrap up this first half. And it's been a long one for the Rams, and there's the knee. And that's the end of the first half here at South Fayette with your score. The South Fayette Lions 42, the Highlands Golden Rams 7. We'll be back with stats and all kinds of other goodies right after this.